Stop procrastinating. Start now. This very moment is your greatest power. Think about it. The past is a memory. The future is a mystery. But now is where life is unfolding. Every action, every decision, and every step forward start now. Before we continue, let me tell you a story about Leo in his procrastination. I once had a friend called Leo. Leo was full of ambition and big dreams. He had always imagined starting a business that wouldn't just support his family, but also make a positive impact on the world. But there was one thing holding him back. Leo had a habit of putting things off, always telling himself there was plenty of time. One chilly morning, Leo and I were at our favorite coffee shop, the smell of fresh coffee filling the air. I was sipping mine slowly while Leo was busy scribbling away in his notebook, lost in thought. Then he looked up, excitement written all over his face. "I've got an idea," he said, his voice full of energy. "What if I start a sustainable clothing line? I could turn recycled materials into stylish, affordable fashion." I was blown away. "Leo, that's incredible. You must go for it, right now." He grinned, nodding. "Yeah, you're totally right. I'll get to it. Tomorrow. I just need to do a little more research first." I couldn't help but smile at his usual stuff. One afternoon, the news broke that Mr. Bent, a big-time investor known for backing game-changing startups, was in town. He'd been the driving force behind some wildly successful companies, and when I heard he was hosting an open pitch session the next day, I knew it was a huge opportunity. The first person who came to mind was Leo. I rushed straight to his apartment, hardly able to catch my breath. "Leo, this is it," I said, practically bursting with excitement. "Mr. Bent is doing an open pitch session tomorrow. This could be the breakthrough you've been waiting for." Leo's face immediately dropped, a look of panic creeping in. "Tomorrow?" he repeated, clearly thrown off. "That's way too soon. My idea's not ready. What if he asks questions I can't answer?" I stared him down, determined to snap him out of it. "Leo, you've been working on this for months. You've got everything you need. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Just go for it." But Leo was paralyzed by the fear of failing. He convinced himself that the timing wasn't right, that he needed more preparation before taking the leap. So he decided to wait for the perfect moment, one that never seemed to come. Meanwhile, there was Clara, a young woman who had been working on a similar sustainable fashion concept. Clara's idea wasn't as polished as Leo's, but she didn't let that stop her. She decided to face her fear head-on and take the plunge. She showed up to the pitch session, gave it her all, and left the room with Mr. Bent's investment, something Leo had dreamed about for years. As Clara walked away with the deal that could change her life, Leo sat at home, still waiting for the right time to act. The lesson was clear. Sometimes you have to take a chance, even when everything isn't perfect. Years passed, and Clara's sustainable clothing brand soared to incredible heights. Her story was splashed across magazines, and she was invited to speak at major conferences. Each time Leo saw her success unfold, it was like a weight pressing on his chest. Regret gnawed at him. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had missed his chance. He knew he had to do something about it. One day, while scrolling through social media, Leo came across a post from Clara. She was announcing a new partnership with a major retail chain. The caption read, "Dreams don't work unless you do. Start today, even if it's imperfect." The words hit Leo like a cold splash of water. It was as if someone had yanked him out of a deep sleep, shaking him awake. He suddenly realized just how much time he had wasted waiting for everything to be perfect, for the stars to align. He thought about all the opportunities he had let slip away because he was too afraid to take that first step. Clara had done it. She had started, imperfect as it was. And now she was living the dream that Leo had put on hold for so long. The regret was sharp, but it was also the wake-up call Leo needed. It was time to stop waiting for the right moment. It was time to act. Determined to make a change, Leo finally dusted off the notebook that had been sitting untouched for so long. The pages, once filled with ideas, now felt like the map to a journey he was finally ready to begin. He started small, researching manufacturers, contacting local artists for potential collaborations. The road wasn't smooth. There were plenty of setbacks, moments of doubt that made him question if he was in over his head. But this time, He refused to let procrastination or the fear of failure win. He was done waiting. Leo pushed through the struggles. Slowly but surely, the pieces started to fall into place. He launched his brand, emphasizing community-driven designs and ethical production, a vision that felt truer to him than anything he'd ever done before. Though he was years behind Clara, Leo wasn't discouraged. His unique approach started to catch the attention of those who shared his values, and a loyal following began to grow. One day, feeling the weight of how far he had come, Leo decided to reach out to Clara. He knew she had been a major inspiration for him, and he wanted to connect. To his surprise, Clara admired Leo's perseverance and offered to mentor him, recognizing the drive that had finally brought him to the place he should have been all along. Leo smiled to himself, knowing he had finally taken that leap. And now, with Clara's guidance, the sky was the limit. He realized that it wasn't the fear of failing that mattered, but the courage to keep going no matter what. And that, in the end, was what would make all the difference. One day, during a Q&A session with a room full of aspiring entrepreneurs, Leo stood on stage and shared his story with raw honesty. He could see the nervous faces in the crowd, the uncertainty in their eyes. It reminded him of where he had once been. "If there's one thing I've learned," Leo began, his voice steady, "it's that waiting for the perfect moment is the fastest way to bury your dreams. Perfection is an illusion. It'll keep you stuck. Any progress, no matter how small, is what moves you forward. So start today, even if it's messy, even if it's scary. Time doesn't wait for anyone. Don't let it pass you by." The room fell silent for a moment, and then it erupted into applause. Leo could feel the energy shift, as if his words had sparked something in the crowd. He wasn't just talking about the mistakes he'd made, he was showing them the power of taking action. His journey, full of false starts and painful lessons, had turned into a story of resilience. And now his story was inspiring others to take that first step, to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating their own opportunities. Leo had turned his regrets into lessons, and in doing so, he had become the reminder that the best time to begin is always now. Leo's story reminds us that every dream starts with a single step. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Whether it's starting a business, pursuing a passion, or making a change in your life, the time to act is now. Remember, the seeds of your dreams can only grow if you plant them today. So, are you a Leo or a Clara? The ball is in your hands. Decide today. Think about it for a moment. How often do we say, "I'll do it tomorrow," or "when the time is right, I'll start"? Here's the truth. The perfect time doesn't exist. There will always be obstacles, uncertainties, and fears. Waiting for the stars to align only delays your growth. You don't need permission from anyone or anything to start. Now is the time to claim your dreams, build the life you envision, and become the person you're meant to be. Are you ready to win today? Stay with me. Let's discuss how. First, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell to stay updated on future content. Also, don't forget to share this video with a friend or family who might need it. Now let's talk about fear and self-doubt, the biggest barriers to progress. Fear whispers, "Don't dare, you will fail." Doubt says, "You're not ready." But here's the secret. Nobody feels 100% ready. The greatest achievements in history were made by people who started before they felt prepared. They faced their fears, took imperfect action, and learned along the way. Instead of asking yourself, "What if I fail?" ask, "What if I succeed?" Instead of thinking, "I'm not ready," tell yourself, "I'm ready to grow." Remember, courage doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means acting despite it. And every small step you take weakens fear's grip on you. Sometimes we fail to start because the journey feels overwhelming. We look at the mountain ahead and think, "How can I possibly climb that?" But here's the thing. You don't have to climb the mountain in one day. Focus on taking one step at a time. Progress builds and multiplies over time. Think about this. If you get just 1% better every day, by the end of the year, you'll be 37 times ahead of where you began. It's proof that small, consistent efforts add up to something amazing. So don't overthink it. Start small, start imperfect, just start. Have you ever noticed how quickly time flies? Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and before you know it, another year has passed. The dreams you've shelved, the goals you've postponed, and the words you've left unsaid will be left at that. Unrealized, unspoken, undone. Just like Leo, you will be left empty and depressed. Think of all the people who wish they had more time. Some regret not chasing their dreams sooner. Others wish they had taken a chance when they had it. Don't let this be you. Don't let the fear of failure or the lure of procrastination rob you of a life well lived. Now let's see how you can seize the moment and take your unique journey. Each of us has a unique purpose, a calling that only we can fulfill. Maybe your dream is to write a book, start a business, or change careers. Perhaps it's to heal relationships, travel the world, or become the healthiest version of yourself. Whatever it is, remember, your journey is yours alone. Comparing your path to someone else's will only distract you. The only person you're competing with is the person you were yesterday. Here is a mindset shift. From someday to today. We often use the word someday to justify our delays. Someday I'll start exercising. Someday I'll learn that skill. Someday I'll pursue my dream. Let's make a shift. Replace someday with today. Today I'll take the first step. Today I'll choose progress over perfection. Today I'll honor my potential. When you change your mindset, you change your life. Even the tiniest step you take today can set off a significant reaction that changes your future. Write down these practical steps to take now. 1. Write down your goals. Clarity is power. Write down what you want to achieve and why it matters to you. A written goal is a commitment. 2. Break it down. Divide your big goals into smaller, manageable tasks. Focus on completing one task at a time. 3. Take immediate action. What's that one thing you can do right now to move closer to your goal? Send that email, make that call, start that project. 4. Create a routine. Build habits that align with your goals. Consistency is key to progress. 5. Celebrate small wins. Every step forward is a victory. Celebrate your progress and use it as fuel to keep going. Here is food for thought. Let's end with a powerful truth. You're so much better than you know. The dreams in your heart exist for a reason. They're a glimpse of the person you're meant to become. Don't let fear, doubt, or procrastination hold you back. You have everything you need to start. The world needs your gifts, your voice, your light. So take a deep breath, step into the moment, and remind yourself now is the time. Thank you for joining and staying with me today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on new content I have prepared for you. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and together, let's create a wave of positivity and action. Until next time, take care and stay inspired.